Hey y'all, how y'all doing? We're live on the air. Got some technical stuff going on right now, backing everything up. So in case we have another one of those winter storms like we had not too long ago, we are fully backed up here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It's our Throwback Thursday, and I got a lot of people in studio with me. Let me see, do I have any Texan fans? No Texan fans in here, but hey, listen, we're going to wait a minute. We might have a Cowboy fan and a Saint fan. Linda J, where you from? Linda J might be a Texan fan. Linda J, come on, get on the mic with me. Come on. Get on the mic with me, Linda J. You a Texan fan? I'm a Texan fan. Okay, cool. Pull your mic around so they can see. Sorry about my bag and my stuff. Right there, Linda J. Go back just a little bit more. Right there. Perfect. You in that window. Okay. Linda J.
Yes.
Linda J.
Yes.
Apparently, your quarterback wants to go play for the Denver Broncos. That's what former Texan Kareem Jackson had to say about Deshaun Watson, that he wants to go play for the Denver Broncos. A, how do you feel about it? And B, do you believe it?
If you want to go, let him go.
If you want to go, let him go.
Let him go. You can't make nobody stay here and play if they don't want to play.
Now, Jay, you sound like you're talking about a relationship. We're talking about football players now. You can't just let them go.
Can go ahead and go. He can go and go. He got so much stuff around him.
Right now. Yeah.
Right now. So much around him. Let him go.
But don't we?
He has made it real clear that he don't want to play here.
But don't we want to stick with him while he got stuff going on? Don't we want to?
We can support, but if you want to play someplace else, go.
But they ain't treating him right. If you're not getting treated right, what do you do?
Move on.
Okay.
Move on.
All right.
So, but now, will they take him at the other place? Will they take him?
I don't think they're gonna take him in Denver. Denver just don't seem like the town that he's gonna be able to go to or be in.
And why?
I don't know. They just real something else in Denver. I ain't knocking Denver now. Don't get me wrong. I've been there, Denver, Aurora, all those areas. Good food.
It's because of what he got going on with him?
I think first of all, I don't think he's going to play for at least a year. I think they're going to sit him down for at least a year.
Yeah.
So
until
him going
until the smoke clears.
Until he serves that punishment.
The smoke clears.
Oh my gosh.
That's the smoke clearing.
I need the smoke to clear right now. Clear smoke. Y'all already know.
The smoke is in the building.
And first of all, sad we live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, and we're live on Twitter. And I got people out here cutting out. Stop cutting out.
It's a throwback.
Let me tell y'all something. I am being something in the workplace. Well, I don't know what the right word is, whatever it is. Get my attorney online. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
We need an attorney.
We need a break. Y'all, this is live radio, so somebody call me and help me.
AJ don't need help. Hit him up.
Now, Linda J, how come you didn't tell me that was going to happen? Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I didn't see it coming.
Oh, okay. All right. So we didn't see none of this coming with Deshaun Watson either. None of it.
Never coming.
Yeah.
But hey, those saying to make your bed hard, you got to lay in.
Yeah, and that's why I say I'm not looking for Deshaun to be alleviated from any of his consequences for any bad decisions and bad choices he made.
But tell me something, is he getting paid? Is he getting paid now? Anything?
I don't think he getting paid. I think he owed them.
Oh my goodness.
I think he had to pay for missing practice last week.
So it's a deficit?
Yeah, I think he had to go in his pocket and make it work out.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Somebody better pick him up.
Listen, I think that there are teams that will take him. I think New England, because we love to trade with New England.
Yeah.
I'm nervous now. Every time I hear something, I get to jumping. I think that New England can take him. I think they can handle him. I think that they can handle the situation. I think they got a quarterback that can fill in for this year, and he'll be ready to go for next year. I think New England is one of those places.
Now, what if he take Texas over New England? Are they the same league or no?
I mean, they're in the same conference but different divisions.
Okay.
Yeah, so New England is the AFC East. The Texans are in the AFC South. And the Texans, they love everything about New England. They love every player they got on the roster almost they got from New England.
So they'll never meet. So he'll never meet his old teammates
I think they'll see each other. Well, they'll definitely see each other if they both make the playoffs. Texans ain't gonna make no playoffs though. Okay. But anyway, they got a chance to see each other a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I hope you don't rub his nose in it. Down that time.
I'm gonna tell you now. When Deshaun leaves here, he probably gonna show out.
Oh yeah.
Now I got a real good friend that works on our flagship station KWWJ AM 1360 at 96.9. She always say, people leave here and they go somewhere else and they win championships.
Yeah.
And Deshaun will not be an exception. He wherever he goes, they probably gonna win a chip. Yeah. Especially when he gets all the weight off of him from all this going on off the field, and he gets a chance to just be coached right, not under Bill O'Brien, not under Cal McNair and this Jack Easterby dude. That dude is bad news. But anyway, I think he gonna get somewhere and he gonna get free in his mind. He gonna get his heart right and watch him show out
and show his talent.
And he's got talent on top of talent. What Anthony Brown say? Blessings on top of blessings. Talent on top of talent on top of talent. Yeah.
Well, so I wish him the best. But you said he got to stay low for a minute until he gets his
he gonna have to sit it down for a little while. The league can't afford to put him on the field this year. The NFL cannot suffer that public relations hit, and they will deserve all the smoke if they let him get on the field this year. I'm just speaking for me. If I'm a woman and they let him get on the field this year and none of that gets settled or anything like that, I ain't putting another nickel in the NFL. I ain't letting nobody with me look at the NFL. We ain't buying NFL hats, coats, shirts, T-shirts, none of it. Cups, pin, nothing. Because again, this the NFL has at least got to look like they want to do the right thing where women are concerned, and they have gotten it wrong so many times. And they made that big deal, we're going to bring in all these outside consultants, and they keep doing the same thing. So on this one, they got to get this one right. Yeah.
Don't get it right, my boy can shine later. It'd be greater later.
Exactly. Yeah. And folks say, well, he hadn't been accused, he hadn't been convicted of anything.
Right.
But there's enough accusation for them to look, Deshaun, you're not going to lose anything by just sitting down for a while. They'll put him on, this is something called the commissioner exempt list. They'll put him on that, and then they'll let him figure out his problems off the field. And then when all that's said and done, next season, I believe that he'll be able to come forward and do whatever it is, provided now he doesn't get convicted of criminal charges. You lose a lawsuit, man. They got people all in the league that's lost lawsuits. You got owners that have lost lawsuits. But criminally, if he doesn't get that, I believe he'll be okay to play in 2022. 2022.
He'll let his little light shine then, right?
He can let his little light shine. But man, let me tell you something. Y'all got some interesting quarterbacks. I like the Tyrod Taylor guy. I don't like nobody else y'all got after that.
Well, who's going to start for them?
Tyrod Taylor. Taylor. If he don't start, it's going to be a rough year. It's going to be like, y'all going to be like the old Saints fans. They get the paper flags. Yeah, put them on their head.
So who's the second string behind him? Who's behind him?
That's where the big question mark is.
I never heard someone behind him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It gets real bleak. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know how you don't play no spades. You're a good church girl.
I do play spades.
You know about some spades? So you know how you look at your hand and everything is red, and you got like one black card, and you're like, okay. I think I see
one possible.
I got two in a possible. You got one in a possible with the Texas quarterbacks. You got one in a possible. Y'all, your partner knocking on the. What that mean? We going board. We going board. So if they get 4 wins this year, that just means they made board. They didn't get set. Okay. So yeah, man, we're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting. Now, Cowboy fans, they got a lot more to look forward to than the Texans right now.
Now I don't follow Cowboy.
Put it this way: just don't get in no arguments with Cowboy fans this year, because chances are they'll be right and we'll be wrong. That's all I'm saying. Sweet. Linda J, tell them when your show is on and all that you do. Linda, you always here.
I am always here.
Linda J work forever on the weekend. Forever. She on when the station open up and she leave when it closed. Well, tell everybody when they can listen to you, Linda J.
I'm the Walking by Faith morning show every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 12. And Saturdays 10 to 2, Walking by Faith morning show. We walk by faith and not by sight.
Linda J, y'all be sure to give her some love. You know how we do. Have a great day, Linda J. All right, so y'all, it's Throwback Thursday, so we're kind of talking about a lot of different things. Like I said, we got a lot going on in the studio. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
I will never do that.
This is Claude Cummings, Jr., Vice President of CWA District 6, representing over 30,000 unit members in Texas, asking you to please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for Lamar City Council District 8. I've known Kim to be a hard-working community activist who is responsive to the needs of the community, and as a city council member who work hard to improve the lives of all residents of Lamar. Early voting is taking place June 7th through June 15th, and Election Day is June 19th. Please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for City Council District 8.
Paid for by the Texas for Working Families. If they do a fire alarm, if they do a
tune in to Tabletop with your boy TD Blackshear every Tuesday.
You know they do it too. I will.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. See you there.
I got to make sure.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Hey, what's going on? This is Dante, and you are tuned in to KYOK Lunch Break. Tune in 1140 and 92.3 FM.
Appreciate you, Dante, right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, streaming live, KYOKradio.org. Also, folks tuned in on YouTube, The Lunch Break with AJ, on the Facebook Lunch Break page, The Lunch Break Sports Show, and on Twitter. How y'all doing, Twitter? I'm telling you, I got to get used to that one. I got to get used to all the Twitter experts, and a lot of folks know a lot of things, some great colleagues and folks who really do great work, tuned in at different times on Twitter. And I'm gonna be honest now, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm a little shy. When it comes to that, because there are folks that do amazing shows with tens of thousands of followers, millions of followers, some of them, and then you got little old me. So I'm grateful. I'm not being false humility. I'm very serious about it. Very serious about it. I'm grateful to be on the platform. So anyway, I'm doing the football stuff first because when Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, jumps on, I want to get all into the basketball playoffs. But I was driving in, listening to the NFL Network, and Brady Quinn was on. And man, I got to tell you, he was going in a good way about Washington and talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick like he was the second coming of this Tom Brady. You know, older, still very wise, skilled, talented, you know, on his way to winning another Super Bowl trophy and 40 years old and all that. And I'm thinking, who are we talking about? Ryan who? Ryan Fitzpatrick. And I'm serious. I was like, did I miss something on Ryan Fitzpatrick? Was he like the GOAT and I didn't know it? So let me do this. Let me pull up some Ryan Fitzpatrick stats. And I want to know what all the hype is about Ryan Fitzpatrick. When I look at his career stats, you know, the career stuff, Ryan Fitzpatrick has thrown for 34,977 yards. He's thrown 223 touchdowns, 169 interceptions. That's a lot. His career quarterback rating, 82.3. That's average. Last season with Miami, threw for 2,091 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. He had a 95.6 quarterback rating. What am I missing? Like, that's real average. And everybody got all, worked up because they sat him down and put Tua in. Well, he wasn't setting it on fire. Oh, AJ had a win streak going on. Yeah, but he wasn't setting it on fire. Remember when San Francisco set Alex Smith down and put in the unmentionable name? I'll say it on my show, Colin Kaepernick. They went to a Super Bowl. They were one play away from winning a Super Bowl. I'll even go on the college level. Winbush at Notre Dame was the starter. And then they sat him down and they put in the best quarterback that ever was or ever will be in Notre Dame history. And all of a sudden they started getting to major bowl games. Every now and then you've got to move beyond mediocrity. The game manager, the one that's just, taking the snap, handing off and dumping it down for the 5-yard, 6-yard check down. And I know Fitzpatrick can let it fly, but guess what? Those 8 interceptions means he doesn't necessarily let it fly real good. It's feast or famine with guys that got those big arms that can let it fly because you know what? Defensive backs and safeties get back too on those long passes. The year before that in Miami, threw for 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Quarterback rating, 85.5. Listen, I'm not bashing Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm just saying, let's relax a little bit before we just say he is the answer to everything that Washington needs at quarterback. The year before that at Tampa, 2018, 2,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He had his better quarterback rating, a 100.4. The year before that at Tampa, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. His last year in New York with the Jets, 2,700 yards, 12 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Let me give him some love. His last really great year, 2015, 3,900 yards, 31 touchdowns, still had 15 interceptions and a quarterback rating of 88. I'm just wondering, how much better is Ryan Fitzpatrick gonna get now that he's in Washington? I just gave you from 2015 to 2020. I just gave you a 5-year span. How much better is Ryan Fitzpatrick going to all of a sudden become in Washington with the Washington football team? Is there something does he have another gear we don't know about? Has he been working on some kind of trick play, trick pass? Does he have a different delivery than he had before? What's going to be different all of a sudden that's going to put Ryan Fitzpatrick head and shoulders above all the other quarterbacks in the division? And I mean, granted, I'm not saying that they got killer quarterbacks in the division. To me, Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC East. And it's not even close. You got Daniel Jones, you got Jalen Hurts, and you got Ryan Fitzpatrick. So on his best day, he'll be the second best quarterback in the league, in the division. And that's still not knowing how much better Daniel Jones is going to get. And I believe he has got room to get better. And that's still not taking into account what Jalen Hurts can do with a full season as a starter, new head coach, new offensive system. You know, it's supposedly, we're going to make it so easy for our players that it's going to be hard for the defenders. Remember that press conference? Y'all, again, I'm not hating my little sister, Kelsey Nicole Nelson. Big shout out to her. Listening in with K&N. She loves her Washington football team. I like them now because of her. All I'm saying is they were 7-9 last year. They didn't kill it. They didn't even go 9-7. They were 7-9. They had to have Philadelphia, literally head coach of Philadelphia, do something that got him fired for them to win the division. Peterson inexplicably pulled out Jalen Hurts for who? What? So all I'm saying is, I mean, let's realize everybody's talking about Washington like they were 13-3 last year and like they were a quarterback away from going 16-0. And, oh, yeah, by the way, that missing piece, that missing quarterback is none other than Ryan Fitzpatrick. And again, to his credit, in the next segment, Brady Quinn came back on and he said, yeah, let's temper this a little bit. I mean, Washington was 7-9 and, you know, but his thing was inside of that division. If Washington was in the NFC West, it'd be a whole different conversation. If Washington was in the AFC West, it would be a whole different conversation. If Washington was in the NFC South, it would be a whole different conversation. He literally was trying to say by Washington being in the NFC East, where all the teams struggled, Washington with Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to come out on top. What was interesting was the team that he said was the second best team in the division. Wasn't the Cowboys, and it wasn't Philadelphia. He said the New York Giants. And I got to give some love to, you know, Todd Malcolm, one of our longtime callers, very faithful listener, you know, my brother from a different mother. Todd really is impressed with the growth of the New York Giants. You know, it feels like Joe Judge has done a great job. Feels like, you know, Daniel Jones is on the uptick and all of that. And, oh, yeah, by the way, they've been doing most of whatever it is they've been doing without Saquon Barkley. So feeling like another year of Joe Judge's maturation as a coach, another year of Daniel Jones's maturation as a quarterback, and the return of a healthy Saquon Barkley, and the Giants might be able to get over the hump. But once again, checks notes, goes to NFL, goes to standings from last year, NFC East. Yep. Let me run it down to you. Giants 6-10, Cowboys 6-10, Eagles 4-11-1. So what are we saying here with the Giants now? How much better are they going to be? I mean, again, if you put it in context of the mediocrity of the division, first place, Washington, 7-9. Second place, Giants, 6-10. Third place, Cowboys, 6-10. And dead last, 4-11-1, Philadelphia. I guess there's improvement in New York. I mean, everybody went over the moon with Dave Gettleman's draft, like he drafted, the next 5 Hall of Famers. Like the first 5 picks in the NFL draft by the New York Giants are supposedly going to be Hall of Famers. By the way, everyone got excited about the Dave Gettleman-led draft. Dave Gettleman didn't say trust the process. He said he had a plan. I don't know if I see a plan. Is the plan to look like you don't have a plan? Because we still don't know how these picks are going to work out. So what's improvement in New York? What if he's saying that Washington is going to win it all? How many wins are we talking about for this Washington team with Ryan Fitzpatrick as their quarterback? And if that be the case, then what are the Giants going to do? 7-10, 8-9. Remember, we got 17 games this year. And oh yeah, by the way, the Cowboys, what are they going to do now that they've got Dak back? And they probably won't have statistically one of the worst defenses in pro football. That's how bad that defense was last year. I don't think 7 wins is going to win that division this year. And if 7 wins is not going to win the division, then who's going to break into the 8, 9, 10, 11 win realm? To me, just me, the best team to do that with what they have added to their team is the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Dallas Cowboys. I see the Dallas Cowboys in the 9-10 win range. I see Philadelphia in the 9-8 win range. And then you take your pick. If the Giants are the next team up, then can they win 7, 8, 9 games? I don't know. We'll see. But Washington with Ryan Fitzpatrick, I don't see a whole lot of teams worried about Ryan Fitzpatrick as the starter of Washington. That defense is legit. We are not talking about the championship defenses from the Ravens or the 85 Bears or, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from, the late 90s, 2000 time frame. We're not talking about a defense like that. It's good. Ain't that good. And again, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to tell you I'm wrong. I ain't seen it yet. So anyway, a little football talk. All right, got to take a break. If you want to talk a little football with me before Kris Gardner gets in, do it. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or you can text me 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005. Email aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com. NFC East for me, Cowboys, Eagles, Washington, Giants, in that order. I'll be right back right after this.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message.
Okay.
You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Hey, y'all, this is Dre Tate, Mr. One More Again, and you're listening to the Lunch Break with AJ on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Dre Tate with his new wife, Bishop Becca Tate. Power couple right there. Power couple right there. Love them. Love them. All right, listen, let me get back to the discussion at hand. You know, I get all enamored by people, and I'll spend the next 20 minutes talking about them. When I got the man with the plan, you know, you've heard Bo knows this and Bo knows that. Well, guess what? We got Will knows. Willie Gibson, broadcast journalist from Columbus, Ohio, covers the Ohio State Buckeyes, the Big Ten, and he fools around with them Cleveland Browns every now and then. What's going on, Willie? How you doing, brother?
You got me Tribe Called Quest, Crisscross. I'm like, I'm all over the map. I'm good, sir. How are you?
Man, I tell you, you know me. I gotta have some fresh drops in there, man. I gotta have some good background stuff, man. I can't let it go bad, bro. You know how it is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So you called in. I must have said something that piqued your interest. Which one was it? What'd I say, Willie?
Oh, Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's that one. That one right there.
I mean, Willie. So San Francisco was balling, and
right.
Harbaugh looked at it and said, but we can ball better. And he put in another dude that got them within one play of winning a Super Bowl. Winbush was balling at Notre Dame, and coach looked at it and said, Ian Book might be able to give us a little bit something more than just this. And then they start making, the playoffs and stuff. Ryan Fitzpatrick, that's the missing link in Washington?
In Washington, yes, and I'll tell you why. Because they had, 4 quarterbacks last year?
Now hear me. I'm in agreement with you now. That quarterback room that they had with Allen and Haskins and Heineke your boy that came back from the brink of death. They turned it over. I get it. But let's really look at it now. You got Ryan Fitzpatrick, you got Kyle Allen, and you got Taylor Heineke. That's your quarterback room? That's going to win the NFC East and compete for a Super Bowl?
Well, their mindset is we won it last year.
7 wins.
4.
7 wins.
And we had those 4. Right. If you put Ryan Fitzpatrick, we're not looking for Deshaun Watson numbers. But like you said, that defense with Chase Young, the young man Davis they drafted from Kentucky, if you put Ryan Fitzpatrick, someone who is solid, those numbers you gave, he's solid, he's consistent. You put him back there with Gibson, you got McLaurin, you got Curtis Samuel from Carolina, 2 Buckeyes, and then you put Ryan Fitzpatrick. That is enough. If they won 7 games last year with that hodgepodge at quarterback, if you put one consistent, solid, he's not Tom Brady. He's not going to give you Deshaun Watson 4,600 yards. No, he's not. But their mindset is if we get consistent, solid performance from that quarterback position, along with every other aspect of our team doing what they did last year, of course they want them to step up. But even if they get what they got last year, they think that's enough. They think that's enough.
Operative words, they think that's enough. I get it. I just, like I said, I don't see 7 wins winning that division this year. So how much better does Ryan Fitzpatrick make this Washington team?
All right, let's go division first. You got 6 games in the division. Let's say you split the Cowboys. Okay, that's 1 win. The Giants, I don't see it. They're probably a year away from being a year away. So let's say you sweep the Giants and you split with the Eagles. That's 4-2 in the division.
Right.
You won 7 games last year and won the division, so that's your 4. Then you look at the rest of the schedule. 11 games. Let's say you go 6-5. Generous. Just 6-5. That's 10 wins right there. That's 3 more than last year. You won the division with 10? Probably not.
Will, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
They open up September 12th, hosting the Chargers.
Yeah.
That's a win? Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Then they host the Giants week 2.
Let's say they win that one. That's the one they win.
All right, 2-0. And then they go to Buffalo.
Oh, that's a loss.
2-1. They go to Atlanta.
3-1.
3-1. They host the Saints. Go say 3-2, bro. Go say 3-2.
Nope, I'm not.
Okay, all right. 4-1. Then they host Kansas City.
4-2.
Then they visit Green Bay.
Jordan Love, 5-2.
Wow. Then they visit Denver.
Oh, Denver. 5-3.
Then they host Tampa Bay.
5-4.
Then they visit Carolina.
6-4.
Then they host Seattle.
Host Seattle. Is that 1 o'clock?
7:15.
Oh. All right. So what's that? 6-5. Okay, 6-5.
Then they go to the Raiders.
7-5.
Then they host the Cowboys.
7-6.
Then they go to Philly.
8-6. No, to Philly?
Yep, to Philly.
Yeah, give them that loss. That's 7-7.
7-7. Then they visit the Cowboys.
All right, 7-8.
Then they host Philly.
8-8.
And then they visit the New York Giants.
That's 9. So, yeah, 9-8. 9-8.
Okay, so and I'm not going to argue that with you. I can see 8 or 9 wins. So Ryan Fitzpatrick and all of this magic and all of this long ball ability, dude, you can't run long ball plays on every single thing. And if he was so good with the long ball, he'd still be in Miami. He'd still be in Tampa. He'd still be in with the Jets.
Bro, he is what he is. He never was going to be a long-term answer in Miami. He held the seat one until they were ready for Tua. That was always the plan. People may not like that he executed it, but he never was going to take the spot away from Tua. He needed Tua to get a little healthy and get a little gamesmanship under his belt.
So he lost the spot to Tua. He lost the spot to Winston. He lost the spot in New York to Sam Darnold.
Trust me, I'm not arguing that he's the second coming of Tom Brady. I'm not. I'm just saying, looking individually at that team, what they had last year, their mindset is, listen, we got consistency now.
Right. So that consistency, just what we're talking about now, picks up another win or 2. And like you said, in that division, might rain, might not. Might work, might not. I just, call me crazy, I see 10 wins for a team like Dallas and or Philly. I'll see that in Washington and or the Giants.
Don't get me wrong, fully healthy, Dallas wins the division by far.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, looking individually at what they had at the quarterback position last year.
Yeah.
And what Ryan Fitzpatrick brings to it this year, again, Curtis Samuel. People are talking about that signing a lot. Curtis Samuel, put him in that wide receiver rotation with Lawrence. That's gonna be something. That's gonna be something that people I don't think are taking a lot of notice of.
Yeah. I don't argue that defense at all. I think that defense could possibly be, one of the ones that we're talking about for a while to come. I just when we look at, it's a quarterback league, teams are in search of their franchise quarterback. Washington tried to do something a little different. Washington decided to forego the franchise. It's almost like they got scared away after the Dwayne Haskins debacle. We're not going to reach for a franchise quarterback. We'll just bring in a placeholder until we can find or get that franchise quarterback after we build everything else. I just don't think they built it enough for us to be talking to Washington. Washington won that division with 7 wins when they could. I don't think they're going to be able to do that this year.
No, certainly not. Certainly not. And then after they drafted at 19 this year?
Yeah, I think it's somewhere right there. Yeah.
Yeah, the quarterbacks were gone at that point. So, I mean, do you want to look at no shade attempt to be thrown, but do you want to look at a Davis? What is his name? I'm gonna call him Davis Webb.
Yeah. Davis Mills.
Look at Kyle Trask. Yeah, you want to look at Kyle Trask. For whatever reason, they're like, nope. Maybe we see a better crop coming down, and there's really not. But trying to speak for Marty Herney and Ron Rivera, maybe they see a quarterback down the line next year, and they say, hey, this guy, we're getting in on a 1-year deal. Let's see what we can do. I don't know. But I just know Ryan Fitzpatrick, by no means is he the second coming. He's, a Hall of Fame quarterback. But in comparison to last year, I'm cool with what they did from that perspective. Is he 5 years to play it? Certainly not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm definitely not going to argue 1 or 2 wins. We're talking 8 or 9. It's when I hear people like the first segment of Brady Quinn's, deal where Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he can really throw the long ball. And I'm looking like, dude, the stats don't prove that out. And it's like, how much better is this? What is he, 39? How much better is this 39-year-old quarterback going to get now that he's in Washington?
Sure. I get it.
Now, I will say this. It's going to be very interesting. I'm not saying it's going to be a great division, but because of the, just how close each team was to each other, the parity, and the mediocrity, it's going to be interesting to see who literally breaks through and rises to the top in the NFC East. It could be either one of those teams. I mean, I don't know what the Giants are doing. I really don't. I just know they won 4, lost 11, and tied 1. I know that. So it could be them. I believe the Cowboys are going to be a lot better. They might not be. And, man, who knows? Jalen Hurts could ball out or Jalen Hurts could fall out. We just don't know. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
Absolutely. I think it's only close due to health. I think a healthy Cowboys team, not just Dak Prescott, but our offensive line was beat up all year. So they lost their starting tackles week 1. So health, Dallas Cowboys, I think that's their division by far this year, if that health returns.
Yeah. I got to say this, and I don't mean it, disrespectfully. Mike McCarthy's got to go. If they're healthy and they don't win that division, he's got to go. Like, that's just not – it ain't working out. It ain't you, it's me. I just want to see somebody different on the sideline. If they're healthy, the defense plays better, and they still don't win the division, he's got to go.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, we talk about the Dallas Cowboys now. We're talking about what are they now, $4-5 billion organization? Everything that goes around Dallas. You cannot have that level of mediocrity that looks anything like what you had last year from them.
Oh no, Terry's not happening, or Steven for that matter.
Yeah. Man, I hate to do it. I got to get Sybil Wilkes on here. Willie, real quick, tell everybody where they can find you and follow you and all the good stuff you're doing.
Listen, I got to get out the way for local name, national perspective, but you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Will Gibson 7, and Will Knows on Facebook.
Now, don't play, man. I'll send you that link to get in the thing. We can have all 3 of us on there and have some fun when he comes on. I don't know if you got your hair done and everything like that. You got to go into makeup before you come on the video. But if you want in, just let me know.
We're doing that? Okay.
You know how brothers are, man. I'm sorry, Sodom Noon Spot. I've scourged my brother. I should be scourged. I have offended my brother. I should be scourged.
It's all up. It's all up. Got you.
Will, I love you, man. We'll talk to you later, brother.
Appreciate it. Love you too.
All right, man. That's a good brother right there. And I mean it sincerely. All joking aside. Willie Gibson, Will knows. Be ready for the podcast. It'll be coming soon. All right, here's Sybil Wilkes. We'll be right back with more right after this.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. President Biden departed the White House Wednesday morning en route to England as he begins the first overseas trip of his presidency. The trip will include multiple meetings with allies and a highly anticipated summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Biden left Washington with several of his leading legislative priorities hanging in the balance, including an infrastructure package. Tuesday, Biden ended negotiations with a group of Republicans after the two sides failed to strike a deal after weeks of talks. The Delta COVID variant, which was first detected in India, now accounts for more than 6% of all infections in the United States, according to the CDC. This highly transmissible variant may be responsible for more than 18% of cases in some Western states. The variant is spreading rapidly in the UK and has quickly become the dominant strain in that region. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
Hey guys, this is Irma J from Internal Revamp, and you're listening to AJ on This is G Solo with Houston.
All right. I don't know how Irma J got cut off there. I got to fix that. Definitely got to fix that. Can't have Irma J get caught up for anybody. Anyway, it is our Throwback Thursday. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, local name, national perspective, going to be joining us here in a minute. I know I got a ton of text messages. 832-403-5005. I'll read some of those as time permits. We got to do birthdays in the next hour. We'll be right back right after this.
The Legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Field today. Ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house!
When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house.
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You haven't worked in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Okay, now that's just the first hour on the books. Second hour underway right here on the Legendary KYOK. It's our Throwback Thursday, and you know what that means. Houston Roundball Review founder, creator, and everything else. Kris Gardner going to be joining us on the show this hour. Also, there will be a family food distribution this coming Wednesday from 1 to 3 at the Sweet Home Missionary Baptist Church, 7104 Homestead Road. And if you or someone you know needs a little help with some food and water and stuff like that, you want to make sure you get by there on Wednesday between 1 and 3. Get there early, get in line, and make sure you get what you need. And want to shout out to community sponsors, Lockwood Funeral Home, Harris County Precinct 3 Constable Sherman Eagleton, State Representative Synfronia Thompson, and the Greasy Spoon Soul Food Bistro, as well as the Houston Food Bank, making much needed resources, food, and that available to people who just might need a little bit of help. Again, next Wednesday, Sweet Home Missionary Baptist Church, 1 to 3, 7401 Homestead Road in Houston. All right? All right. Let's see. CJ said, no matter what, it's going to be game time in this camp. Yap, 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 yap. I hear you. That's why I play that as my intro. Ain't much gets me more hyped than that. There is not much that gets me more hyped than that. But you know what does? You know what does is those birthdays. Those birthdays get me hyped. So let me do this. Let me celebrate our birthdays today, and then we'll get ready for Kris Gardner Houston Roundball review. Got a lot of birthdays today, and I want to shout them all out. First of all, my cousin. I used to call him my little cousin, but he's like 6'5", 6'4", somewhere in there. He's in the Arena League Hall of Fame. It's none other than BJ Cohen. What's up, cuz? Happy birthday to you. Bill McGuire, one of my classmates, celebrating her birthday. Dolores Brown, celebrating her birthday today. Demita Kenner is celebrating today, June the 10th. And I'm not going to say I saved the best for last, but this is a pretty good one to close it out. None other than the mother of one of the best college football quarterbacks to ever lace them up at UT. You know who I'm talking about. Felicia Young, mother of Vince Young, celebrating her birthday today. A lot of folks don't know. That's why he wore the number 10, because that was his mother's birthday, celebrating today. Felicia Young, you know I love you. You know you're my sister, you're my friend, and I really thank God for you. So happy birthday to you, Felicia Young, and everybody else. So if you know somebody having a birthday tomorrow, or if there was one that we didn't get in today, hit me up, 281-453-1000. You can text me, 832-403-5005, or you can email it, aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com, and y'all know how we do it. 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 I can't do it. It won't work. Why won't my stuff work? Okay, hang on. I think I know what's wrong. All right, let's see if that'll get it done. Come on. Nope. Why? Willie Gibson, why doesn't my stuff work? Oh, boy. Okay, y'all. We'll come back with Usher singing happy birthday in a little bit. I don't know what's going on with my stuff. It just won't work today. But anyway, happy birthday. Let's see. I'm saying somebody's just sent me a message. AJ, why are you hating on the Giants? They are probably the most improved team in the NFC East. Based on what? What makes the Giants the most improved team? What is that based on? I keep hearing people say that, but give me some, and I'm not going to look them up. I'm not going to look them up. You tell me. You made the statement. Why are the Giants the most improved team in the NFC East? And that statement said in the league. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that one bit. Giants' most improved team in the entire league. Really? trying to think. Didn't a team named the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the whole Super Bowl? What did they do the year before that? I'm sorry. I love sports talk radio, but I'm not one of those guys that gets overamped about stuff that's just not true. Just because you say it doesn't mean it's true. Giants are definitely not the most improved team in the league. I don't even know if they're the most improved team in the NFC East. What Washington improved from? The two teams that were on the top of the division last year, 2 years ago, dropped off, and that was the Cowboys and the Eagles. So how do you give the Giants more improvement than Washington? I'm not slamming you. I'm just saying you got to back that up. You can't just drop that on the lunch break and then go off and like, yeah, this guy on some radio station, KYO what? Yeah, he talking about how bad the Giants were. They were I told him most improved team in the league. Did you take your medicine? Bunch of teams improved. Buffalo, Miami. Miami won 10 games last year. What did they win the year before that? Cleveland, playoff team. What were they before that? I just named like 5 teams, and the Giants weren't in the number. Just saying. I gotta come better than that. Again, I love calls. I love taking text messages and all that. Just, man, have something valid. All right. Let me take a break. When we come back, let me see if I can get Usher to work on the lunch break on the Legendary KYOK all new 92.3 FM. It's our Throwback Thursday.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m. You got to give the people time. Give the people what they want.
The Legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
This is G Solo with Houston Energy, dropping in the KYOK lunch break.
G Solo, boy, she's a hitting Houston Energy football player. Got a chance to see their season opener at home, and man, that was a game that they should have won. Bad decision by, hate to say it, coach on the goal line, cost them that one. But big G Solo, big shout out to you. G Solo, big shout out to you. So anyway, I think I got Usher working now. So for all those folks celebrating a birthday, let's see what we got here.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna have to get with your people, Usher, and see how we can make sure that you get deducted. Let me stop. Let me leave Usher alone before I get jacked up. Before I get jacked all the way up. So again, happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday out there. Got to start coming up with something for the birthday people. You got a birthday, got to start coming up with something for you. You know, somebody celebrating a birthday wins a free classic sandwich from Dickey's Barbecue or something, or gets a 4-pack to the Children's Museum of Houston So I don't know. Got to come up with something. What somebody think of something for me, and I'll try to do that for the birthdays. Keith Hennig, you're excluded. You can't come up with nothing. Keith Hennig say, give everybody celebrating a birthday Alexis or a signed autograph picture from Spud Webb. I'm just messing with you, Keith. You know I love you, man. You know I love you. There's some celebrity birthdays today too. Let's see. My Kev, the producer, sent me some celebrity birthdays. Pokey Reese, baseball player, celebrating a birthday today. I love that name, Pokey Reese. Reminds Pokey Reese and Pokey Chapman, former head coach of LSU. I love both of them. I love those names. So they're celebrating birthdays today. Who else? Yeah, I don't know about that one. He sent me a bunch of names, but those are the ones that that stick out, ones that I know. Anybody remember Dwayne Dotson, linebacker with Miami? I remember him. He sent that one. And Dan Fouts, that's the other one I was looking for. Dan Fouts. Everybody's talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick like he is the next Dan Fouts. Him and Air Coryell. Remember that? One of the most legendary, it's Throwback Thursday, one of the most legendary games ever. Dan Fouts and against Miami. Dan Fouts and the San Diego Chargers against Miami. Epic game. Go look that one up and get back to me. You'll thank me. Yeah, Dan Fouts celebrating his birthday today. Fouts is and Dan Fouts is one of the few guys that I appreciate their transition from the field to the booth. Dan Fouts has been a guy that I don't mind his commentary. Love Dan Fouts. Now he's no Tony Romo, but Dan Fouts is good stuff. You learn stuff and you're entertained when you're listening to Dan Fouts in the booth. Definitely. You know, there's another guy local, went to University of Houston, does golf, does the Olympics, does other sports that I didn't call his name. Willie, I didn't call his name. Tawanda Brown, interesting discussion of topics. You know me, Tawanda, I'm always that's funny. Willie Gibson said, I don't know. You didn't even talk about Brad Stevens either. I know. Whenever I talk about Brad, it's technical difficulties. I didn't talk about him today. I think I got it figured out, though. I think I know what it is. So that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen anymore. All right, let me get to some other stuff. The Texans have decided they don't need mandatory training camp next week. New head coach David Culley said that they saw and got everything that they needed in their OTAs. So no mandatory mini camp. They got everything that they needed out of OTAs. Which makes me wonder, what did y'all get out of OTAs? Because you mean to tell me you don't need extra practice? Let me check my notes, see how many games the Texans won. Hold on. Standings, AFC South. Yeah. Titans 11-5, Colts 11-5, pulls it close. Texans 4-12. What all did y'all get out of that? Out of those OTAs? I mean, I heard Philip Lindsay talking last night, and Philip Lindsay was like, you know, you got a lot of guys who have played a lot of football on this. Maybe we haven't played together, but you got a lot of guys who played a lot of football to the point where you don't need mini camp next week. Nobody, none of the rooks, none of the recovering players. Nobody wants to come in and work on a little something extra. You good. Yeah, that's why I had Linda J on, because Texan fans, seriously, y'all in Detroit, Thoughts and prayers. Texans and Detroit Lions, thoughts and prayers. Because one of those two teams is going to have the worst record in the NFL. And I don't know. You're a new head coach too? Or was that one of those player coach moves? Somebody help me out. Is that a player coach move where, hey, I tell you what, you guys, y'all take the week off next week. We had such great OTA work. Y'all take the week off next week. Is that what that was? Was that a player coach move? Because I don't know. Let me look at it again. 11-5, and the third place team was 7 games behind the first and second place team. Sounds like you need a little extra mini camp. And you've got all these new moving parts. You mean to tell me you developed all the chemistry you needed to develop in OTAs? Everybody knows what everybody's doing and how folks like to run their routes and how the rotation of the ball comes out of not Deshaun Watson's hands, but out of Tyrod Taylor's hands. And the wide receivers are good. All those new running backs are good. Like David Johnson got all the Lindsey and Ingram and whoever else, got them all on board because, you know, he's been there for so long, one season. No J.J. Watt, and all the defensive players are now on board with Lovie Smith's new defense. Yeah, Texan fans, I'm just going to call it like it is. Y'all are in trouble. It's going to be a long year. It's going to be a long year. What we just did with Washington, we can't do that with y'all. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. Cowboy fans, Dak Prescott is, from what I understand, looking pretty solid in his workouts with the team. He's been cleared for full workouts. Not contact now. That hadn't been cleared yet, but for, you know, he's allowed to do everything in work in moderation. They're kind of holding him back, but they're also letting him do it. And that to me bodes well. Now, here is the concern. Amari Cooper might not be ready for the season opener. Amari Cooper might not be ready for the season opener. Apparently he's got a serious enough ankle injury that he might not be ready for the first week in that first Thursday night game in September. Now, that's where CeeDee Lamb's got to step up, you know, and you know everything else they've got. But, you know, the big thing is Dak Prescott being healthy and that defense playing better and that offensive line giving Dak enough time. Another news, Cowboy quarterback Dak Prescott has left Adidas to become the highest paid NFL football player with the Jordan brand. I need Dak Prescott managing my money because everything he's doing with his is just working. Everything Dak is touching money-wise is working. I mean, he made most analysts look like they didn't know what the heck they were talking about on his football deal. And now he's making endorsement deals that has him as the highest paid NFL football player with the Jordan brand. Congratulations, Dak. Congratulations, man. Long time coming. You deserve it. All right, let me take a break. We'll be right back with more right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
This is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of CWA District 6, representing over 30,000 union members in Texas, asking you to please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for Lamar City Council District 8. I've known Kim to be a hard-working community activist who is responsive to the needs of the community, and as a city council member who work hard to improve the lives of all residents of Lamar. Early voting is taking place June 7th through June 15th, and Election Day is June 19th. Please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for City Council District 8.
Paid for by the Texas for Working Families.
To Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM at KYOKradio.org.
This is Jasmine Ortiz from Baytown, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, Jasmine Ortiz, Baytown, Texas. Appreciate you. It is Throwback Thursday. Waiting on Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review to jump on. I know he had a couple of things before he got on the show. We'll keep the light on for him, as they say. And Willie Gibson, if you're listening, I want your input on this. It's from TP. TP says, "Hey man, long time fan of the Cleveland Browns. I know you're from Ohio. Why don't you see Cleveland as the team to beat in the division?" Good question, TP. Let me just say this. Pull the music down. It's not that I don't see Cleveland as the team to beat, but similar to like I said with LeBron, until somebody beat LeBron in the playoffs, I got LeBron in the playoffs. All right. And what happened? Phoenix beat him. So I got Phoenix, heading to the finals because Phoenix beat the guy who heads to the finals. Crazy logic. That's how I do it. I say that to say, until Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham Jr., Chubb, Hunt, Garrett, all those guys, until they take that next step. They took a big step of with their record. They took a big step with the playoffs. But it's more than just that. I mean, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, until they get over the hump with them, third best team in the division. Now I'll say this. Let me shock, Willie or some other folks. They should be the best team in the division. If you look at the AFC North right now, why are they not? I mean, Ben Roethlisberger is definitely on or past his last leg. He's either on his last leg or that last leg is given out. We don't know. Cleveland should be the best team in the AFC North. I mean, for whatever reason, folks caught up to Baltimore last year. Baltimore was not who Baltimore was the year before that. And that's the thing. You cannot just ride on previous years' success or even failures. You gotta be better in this season. Whatever you did well last season, you got to do that better this season. Whatever you didn't do well last season, you got to do that better this season. So I say all that to say Cleveland's got all the parts, including the coach, to take that next step. Will they? I won't know until they do it. And I'm not going to just give it to them. Again, what have I said multiple times? I'm not the hype man. I'm not going to just get excited because y'all excited about Baker Mayfield. I'm not going to get excited about that offense because y'all are excited about him. Let me go back to my notes. AFC North. Yeah. All right, here you go. 12-4 Steelers, 11-5 Ravens, 11-5 Browns, 4-11-1 Bengals. You're right there. You're right there at the door. Take that next step. That vaunted offense, barely got by the Houston Texans last year. I am not calling Anthony Weaver, excuse me. But if Anthony Weaver, as a defense coordinator, literally called a better game, Cleveland could have lost that one. Just because you got all these big name players and, the who's who and all of that, it doesn't mean your team is going to be better than Pittsburgh. Doesn't mean they're going to be better than the Ravens. I keep saying it over and over again, I wish that Pittsburgh had made a decision for someone like Cam Newton, or that they had gotten in on trying to get Deshaun Watson, or even, watch this, or even brought in Tyrod Taylor. I wish they had done that, because that, to me, you solidify. It's the same thing with Washington. Let me get Chris Gardner in here. To me, it's the same thing with Washington. You bring in a quarterback that can solidify things and not turn the ball over as much as Ben Roethlisberger did last season. And Pittsburgh, 12-4, guess what? They're 13-3 or 14-2. There's something special. So why would I think that Cleveland is just going to take that next step just because y'all are hyped up about Baker Mayfield? All right, y'all, without further ado, you know the deal. And tall, light skin, and good looking. You know what I'm saying? And
thank you, brother.
Dude right here, nobody knows basketball like this brother right here. Nobody knows. To the point where I'm telling you, it's a local name with a national perspective. He bad, y'all. He bad. It is none other than Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. What it do, baby?
My man, how you doing, man? I like that intro, man. You need to get paid for doing work like that, man.
Hold on, man. I got you real low today. Okay, there you are. There you are.
Get my voice up there so people can hear me, man. Yeah.
Yeah. You already know Kris Gardner. So I got, I know this ain't your sport, but I got folks trying to get me to hype up Cleveland. I got folks trying to hype me up on the Washington football team. It's like, just because y'all hyped don't mean I got to be hyped, right?
I mean, I'm a fan. Well, I am a fan of the Washington football team, even though I don't watch football anymore on the NFL level. But the defense is getting kind of right.
The defense is legit. But now they convinced me that bringing in a 39-year-old quarterback that got kicked out of Miami, that got kicked out of New York, that got kicked out of Tampa, that's the answer. Now they got this 39-year, and all of a sudden he's going to be exponentially better than he was everywhere else, and that's going to put him over the top.
as long as his job is to just maintain and not mess up. Just keep the ball.
You can do.
Just throw it to your teammates. That's all he needs to do. Is keep it on the same side, and not give it away to the opponent.
Right.
If he can do that, and the defense continues to improve upon last season and can get even better, then they have a chance to be very good. I'm not sure how good that is, but they have a chance to be good.
And that's my point. They won a lot. Everybody keeps saying, well, they won the division. You had 7 wins.
It was 7-9. Yeah, they were 7-9. So let's not get carried away a little bit. That much now. Come on now.
That's like a team winning 35 games in the NBA, and folks are, oh man, they on the way up. They legit. Huh? You won 35 out of 72 or 82. You ain't balling. You might be on your way. You ain't there yet.
And plus, the schedule, winning the division, you're playing a tougher schedule. And now they are expected to win. They are going to be the hunted rather than hunter. So all those things go into winning and being a good team and then a great team. Steps involved. It's levels to this, man. You just don't. Most teams don't get great over 1 year.
Yep.
It takes some time to get to that level.
Yep.
And they're 7-9, so that's less than mediocre to me because that's not even 500. So get good first, and then go from good to great.
Bruh, you know what? We can drop the mic and leave that alone now because that's all I was trying to say. And maybe they'll hear you say it and believe it because I'm the hater. Whenever I say it, I'm the hater. So we'll leave it at that. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, bruh. I'm not, just like I said about football, I'm not that hyped about all these blowout wins, but you got folks that's making Brooklyn sound like they are the Lakers from Showtime days, like they are Michael and them from the Bulls days, like they Bird, Parrish, McHale, Johnson, and Ainge from those days. The Splash Brothers. I mean, what? They 2-0. They defended their home court
with authority.
but you don't go in 49-0 game 3. It's 0-0. You gotta win game 3 or 4 for it to even really matter, right?
Correct. And this is still the semifinals of the conference. Okay, this is not the NBA finals. They have masked the Milwaukee Bucks and made the Bucks look like they didn't belong on the court with them in these first 2 games. And part of that is the Nets. The Nets have played much better defense.
Now that I give them credit for.
I give them credit for that because I have criticized them big time this season for that. But the Bucks have stunk. They have stunk more than stunk. Giannis, where you at? Giannis is letting Blake Griffin is past his prime. Okay, let's just be real. He's let Blake Griffin outplay him. Chris Middleton looks like this Kris hooping. That ain't good.
That's the surprise of the series for me. Not how well Durant is playing, definitely not how well some of the other players for Brooklyn are playing, but how poorly Middleton is playing and how many free throws Milwaukee is just giving away. Like they're just, we don't want half our points from the free throw line. Y'all keep them. We don't want them. You cannot win playing ball like that.
And that's not Brooklyn's defense. Remember, I'm not sure how long ago it was, but there was somebody trying to push the term free throw defense. Please, that has nothing to do with you. That's a team missing free throws. That's not because of your defense. That's just them missing free throws. That's 3 points. If your opponent can't make them, that's great for you.
Right.
But you had nothing to do with that.
Right. So were they trying to push the proverbial hack-a-shack where they're supposedly sending them to the line because they can't hit 50% of their free throws?
I'm not even sure of the rationale behind it, because it was since Shaq. It wasn't Shaq. It wasn't hack-a-shack. It wasn't, hack-a-Dwight, anything like that. It was like someone really trying to push this as a legitimate stat.
Okay, I got you.
And I'm like, just let this go.
Yeah, just stop.
Please stop. But what you're seeing is Giannis can't make free throws. You see how important they are when you miss them. Ben Simmons struggles at the foul line. If you have the ball in your hands that much and cannot make at least 70% of your foul shots, that's hurting your team.
Yep.
You know, it's mental. Clearly, it's mental, but that is hurting your team, and eventually that's going to bite your team in the butt.
Yep. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on Throwback Thursday. All right, let's go over to the other side. I mean, obviously, Durant, Kyrie, even Blake Griffin, and others, Harris, Brown, those guys are playing at a extremely well level. Extremely well. Can they maintain that level?
I don't believe they can. I don't believe they will, but it's on the Bucks to push them. It's on the Bucks to challenge them, to challenge Bruce Brown, on them to challenge Joe Harris, challenge Blake Griffin to do more, to defend more.
Right.
When Giannis settles for jump shots, long twos, 3-point shots, rather than attacking Blake Griffin, beating Blake off the dribble, Brooklyn's like, good, thank you. Go ahead and do that. But it's also, part of it could be Giannis is afraid to get fouled and go to the line because he has no confidence in making free throws. It's impacting his game. And when you miss so many free throws, it impacts your teammates too.
Yeah.
Because you're like, man, if he can't make free throws, how are we going to score? I mean, what good is he going to do for us if he can't make free throws? Because then he won't attack as much.
Yeah.
He's going to settle for jumpers. That impacts the entire team. And then free throws, I'm convinced it's contagious. You know, one player misses them, then teammates miss them. Start thinking about it too much. He misses them. Then on it goes. Milwaukee is in their heads. They're in their own heads.
Yeah.
Brooklyn's offense, KD is showing he's the best offensive player in the league. No one doubted that, but he's reminding us that, hey, I do this for a living.
Yep. Yeah, I you know what? I got people mad at me, Kris, because I came up with the feeling that we overused the term superstar. Everybody's a superstar. We had an intern in here that said there's 15 superstars in the NBA. I'm like, bruh, there's no way it can be. 2 at the time was LeBron James and Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant has reiterated, y'all forgot, I'm a whole nother level. And I still believe that. 2 superstars, a few stars, some really good players, and then everybody else.
I'll throw Steph in there. Steph is a superstar. I think when Steph gets rolling, because no one can do what he does. You know, Trae Young may get to that level.
Yeah.
But Trae Young he's young. He's young to the league.
Yeah.
Superstars are established. Luka is on his way to becoming a superstar.
Definitely on his way.
But superstars also have to lead their teams to success in the playoffs. Luka hasn't done that yet.
Yeah.
Trae Young is getting there doing that. Donovan Mitchell is getting there doing that. But elite players, superstars, to me, that's elite.
Yeah. And that's
elite is a different level.
Knocking at the door of superstardom, Kawhi Leonard, Steph Curry, guys like that, Dame, guys like that knocking at the door. But there's 2 that have crossed over for me, just for me. And like I said, I got folks mad at me, bro. They don't even speak to me no more because, I thought that's not so. Might be a superstar of his team, but they ain't a superstar in the league. So, again, James Harden out tonight. You got, Milwaukee trying to go up 3-0. To me, if Milwaukee wins Brooklyn. If Brooklyn wins this 3rd game, then now we're talking about something. Now Milwaukee is pretty much done because who's come back from 0-3? If that doesn't happen tonight, we're just back on serve.
You know, what happens if Milwaukee matches the Nets tonight? What happens if Chris Middleton becomes Chris Middleton again? Giannis becomes Giannis again. Drew Holiday becomes, Drew Holiday, a complete game, offense and defense.
Right. And
the Bucks win by 20. Then what do the fans say? Whoa, I don't know. Did Brooklyn all of a sudden stink?
Exactly. Exactly. And to that point, if Milwaukee wins by a point at the buzzer, we're still just because
it's still 2-1. It's still 2-1.
It ain't do it pretty. They didn't do it in dominant fashion, but the win is what counts. It's like a long, pretty home run. It's real pretty to watch. Wow. But it's just one home run.
And see, that's that's one thing that too much media nowadays gets caught up in the margin of victory.
Yeah.
It's the playoffs.
Right.
Win by a point.
Right.
That's all that matters. I don't care if it's ugly. I don't care if I stole one, quote unquote, stole it.
Right.
Trail for 47 minutes, 59 seconds. But I made a buzz beater in that last second. I won the ball game.
Yep.
Dub. I got the win.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if, we stunk for most of the game. Got the win.
Ain't nobody
That's
giving that
all
one.
Yep, am I giving it back?
Nobody giving that one back. Right. Chris, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, Tavonda Brown wants to know what happened to the Ball brothers. Haven't heard or seen anything from either one of them lately. Tavonda, we're going to update you on them, and then we got to get on Phoenix and Denver when we come back on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number, 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Jonathan McReynolds here. Make room for the lunch break right here on the legendary.
Oh, man, I don't know what happened. These are getting cut off, so I definitely got to get that fixed. Kev, the producer, my stuff's getting cut off. All right, let's go back to Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review. Local name, national perspective right here on the lunch break, Throwback Thursday. Real quick, Tavonda Brown was talking about the Ball brothers. We know that Lonzo's still balling down there in Atlanta. I'm sorry, in New Orleans. And then, man, I enjoyed watching LaMelo play over in Charlotte. So any thoughts, comments, updates you want to give on them?
LaMelo has a chance to be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He would have probably wrapped it up if he hadn't suffered the wrist injury.
Yeah.
LiAngelo was trying to get a job. He's a free agent. Detroit signed him and cut him days after they signed him. So 2 of the 3 in the league.
Yeah.
LaMelo has got a bright future. He's 19 years old, and his passing is something to see. It's great to see.
Yep.
Lonzo made himself into a good 3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So they've done a good job in spite of their dad's big mouth. Their dad is a promoter. Kudos to him. He's a promoter, but the two of them have shown, Lonzo and Melo have shown that they belong in the NBA.
Yeah,
so,
no, I agree. And like I said, if they can get LiAngelo in as role player, whatever, that's the trifecta right there. Trifecta. Chris Paul and Phoenix up 2-0 on Denver, and like the same thing I said about Brooklyn, I'm not going to overreact because Phoenix is just doing what they were supposed to do, defend their home court. But what I want to talk about is Chris Paul, 17 points, 15 assists, 0 turnovers. I like what my brother Aki Davis said. Boy, the Rockets are a real great organization to run a dude off like that because he can't get along with James Harden.
And James Harden's gone too.
How about that?
So, and the man involved in it, he's gone too. So, how many Rockets still in the playoffs? Former Rockets? Chris Paul, Clint, PJ. Who else? There's some others. I mean, Russ made the playoffs.
Right.
Who else?
Austin Rivers was
Austin Rivers, he helped out Denver get to the second round.
Yep.
I think I missed somebody else too. Jeff Green, he's hurt playing with Brooklyn.
Right. The power forward that was the stretch 4 that he got ousted in the last round, but he was still in. God, I can't think of his name. Anyway, number of Rockets had a nice playoff run. Some of them still playing.
Even their former coach, the former head coach, he's still in the playoffs. His team
And
is still
former
there.
general manager. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
that too. Yeah, shocking in all those things how that works out. But
imagine that. But look, and we're stuck with the owner, who I feel like is the real problem. But anyway, I digress. Phoenix defended their home court. They won in, blowout fashion. And Chris Paul is showing us that a true point guard is just invaluable, especially in the playoffs.
A healthy Chris Paul makes a world of difference for Phoenix. And he is a calming influence. You can see when he's out on the floor how Phoenix offense gets disjointed and emotions run high. Now, Chris Paul is a great point guard. Chris Paul does have a tendency to do some things that some folks, me included, don't like. Chris Paul may trip some folks. Chris Paul may elbow some folks. Chris Paul may do some things that are borderline dirty. But Chris Paul does not turn the ball over. Chris Paul keeps his team focused and running the offense efficiently. And you can see Chris Paul and Devin Booker, their backcourt, Jamal Murray's absence just shines brightly in this series.
Right. Absolutely. Any issues with Joker being MVP?
No.
Yeah, same here. And I don't think he's a de facto MVP either. I don't like if this guy. That's what it's all about. That's why they award it, from the time frame to the time frame. All of that counts. So
yeah, it's not a playoff award.
Right.
Okay. Some folks, I think there should be a playoff MVP. But it's not a playoff award. He averaged 26, 12, and 8, 10, 8, something like that. Only Russ and Oscar Robertson have done that. And they won. Okay, so they won games without key players who are out with injury.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty much what you want. You want a guy to lead his team in victories, put stuff to stat sheet, and get to the playoffs. Well, he did all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got no arguments on Joker. What about, let's jump over real quick if you don't mind. Utah and the Clippers. Utah up 1-0. And, man, Donovan Mitchell. I felt like I got my team in this hole. I felt like I had to be the one to get them out. And by the way, I dropped 45 on them in the process.
And they needed every bit of the 45, too. He delivered. He stepped up in the second half. I think I have underestimated how talented he is. So, that's my fault, my mistake. And they did it without Mike Conley. Yeah. Their offense was much more effective with Jordan Clarkson off the ball.
Okay.
Jordan Clarkson replaced Mike Conley in the starting lineup, and Jordan, first quarter, they struggled. Oh my goodness, they struggled.
Right.
Donovan took over, run the offense, put Jordan off the ball more. Jordan got more comfortable in his role, started knocking down some shots. Utah made shots as well. When the Jazz are hitting those threes at high percentage, boy, they're tough to beat, man. I mean, they are the modern NBA to a T.
Yep.
Mixed with some old school pick and roll that I love.
Bruh, that pick and roll and stuff that they got going on in the mid-range game, I like it. I absolutely like it. And for some reason, Ingles running the plays with his size and his shooting ability gives them an advantage as well. But then we got to talk about that last sequence before the clock expired. That was textbook defense, man. I said that's how you play D. And then, of course, we hear yesterday that Rudy Gobert was named Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, he showed it on that last sequence against the Clippers.
Rudy Gobert is 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Joe Ingles helped on that play too. With the high pick.
Right.
You need help
from
your teammates to help you get in position to make those plays. Rudy Gobert is quick enough to keep up with wings, guards, and he's so long that he can, at minimum, make you adjust your shot.
I mean, did you say he left his feet, still got back down on, and was able to regroup and get in the shooting lane again for Morris. And like you said, Ingles made Kawhi give it up. So, brother, it was textbook defense for me. You had the two guys you didn't want to take the shot, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, didn't get a chance to, got it over in a tough situation for Morris to take it, and Rudy Gobert did what Rudy Gobert, like you said, has done as the Defensive Player of the Year.
And he showed why he's Defensive Player of the Year. But keep in mind, Akeem won it twice.
Yeah.
I like Rudy Gobert. Akeem was a better player defensively than Rudy Gobert. You know, he only won it twice.
I agree. But look, let me offend your profession. I'm still struggling on why they're letting the writers decide it year after year after year. Change it up. Media has evolved. Get some, some radio people, get some TV people, get some podcasters, get some local folks from the areas where they have NBA teams. Do something different with it. The writers literally control way too much stuff when it comes to that.
Agreed. I think the NBA should allow the credentialed media people, all of us, to get a vote.
Yep.
You know, it brings more perspective to the awards. Gets more interest. You know, writers have a viewpoint. Radio has a viewpoint. Bloggers have a viewpoint. Podcasts have a viewpoint.
Yep.
Get more opinions involved in the vote. And I'm not saying Rudy didn't deserve the award.
I agree. I get what you're saying.
But just get more folks involved in the vote.
Right. It's a bigger issue. And I know it's a different sport. Chris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. We got to get ready to wrap it up. I know it's a bigger, different sport. But when the writer from football said, if I had known Terrell Owens wasn't going to show up to the ceremony, I wouldn't have voted him in. Are you kidding me? He's a Hall of Famer whether he comes to your doggone party or not, and that's how you're handling your vote. That dude should have been immediately stripped of his vote, because that's just, I don't even know what that is. And
that's personal and petty.
Absolutely. So when you let that group have that much power, you get somebody that thinks that they can be that petty, announce it, and get away with it.
Right. And there are players in basketball, coaches, that I don't like, that have done me wrong. But if they're good at what they do, I'm not going to use those personal beefs to get away of giving them credit for their job.
Right.
I'm going to still vote for them because they're best at what they do.
Right.
Now, I may not have a drink with them. You know, I may not like you at all, but I can see that you're great at what you do on the court. Yeah. That's not going to stop me from giving you your props for your skills.
Yep. I got you, man. I got you. Look, let's run through this real quick. Atlanta and Philly. I love the Trae Young. I described it like this. Trae Young is like Hulk Hogan when he came out of the back, walked down to the ring, and tore open his shirt, and it said NWO. He is the modern bad boy, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
And he embraces the heel role.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. And he's good at it.
Yeah, man.
It's not like he's being fake, fake tough and just has no skills to back up what he's doing. He can talk it and he can walk it.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yep. Obviously, the series is tied at 1 each. It shifts over to Atlanta. Do you think that Atlanta is going to defend their home court, or will they split there like Philly split in Philly?
I think it'll be 2-2 going back to Philly for Game 5. I still think the better team is Philly. But if Joel Embiid, if he can't play well because of health, Hawks have a huge advantage. And then if it comes down to free throw shooting and Ben Simmons is on the line, I am not confident in him making free throws if I'm the Sixers.
Yeah, man, I got to tell you, Embiid dropping 40 and 13 on a bad leg. Tobias Harris, man, I thought he was going to finish with 60, the way he started off in the other game. I feel like that's going to normalize a little bit, in Atlanta. I don't see Atlanta coming out as cold and tight as they did on the road at home.
And Joel Embiid did that against Clint Capella. Clint Capella is a good defensive player.
He is.
But you see the size difference
Yep.
in Joel Embiid and Clint.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid is a huge man.
Yeah.
Clint just cannot deal with that physicality of it. And kudos to Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Stay healthy, and they will win the series.
All right, let's get to tonight. Who you got? You got Brooklyn or Milwaukee?
Come on, Milwaukee. Show some pride. Show up. Milwaukee got to win tonight. Bucks.
Yeah, I got that too. And then you've got Utah hosting the Clippers, game 2 of their second round matchup, 9 o'clock our time. Who you got?
Clippers.
All right. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. I hate to do it, brother, but we got to get ready to go. What you got? Who you got? What you got going on?
Oh, appreciate it, man. I had to join a little late. I had the prior commitment, but I got a stream going live tomorrow, 5:30 with Andy Yanez and Willie Gibson. On Talk NBA Playoffs one more again. Streaming live. Just check Houston Roundball Review and Facebook and YouTube for the link to tune in and watch that. First time was last week. We enjoyed it, had fun. We're going to do it again and chop it up and talk some NBA playoffs and make fun of our predictions, but have fun while we're doing it. Houston Roundball Review been around since 1994. Houston Roundball Review on YouTube and Instagram. The HR Review on Twitter. I'm enjoying my interviews / conversations I'm doing with Galen Robinson. Gotta check that out. My man was great. I talked to some Rice Owls. I got another one lined up this evening. Hopefully it happens. Houston Roundball Review. Local name, national perspective.
Brother, we love it. We love every bit of it, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep us posted so we can support you the way you always bless and support us. And be looking forward to having you back on.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
All right, man. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. He is a good dude. Y'all love on him. Follow him. I can't wait to tune in to see him and Willie and the other young man. Good stuff. All right, I got to get ready to go, man. Time has just flown. Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music, latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does his thing every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. In the morning, Erica Campbell and Griff get up mornings. And then I'll be back with Freestyle Friday. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Wear your mask where you're supposed to. Wash your hands like you're supposed to. Get vaccinated if you want to. And when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person or the people, but the racism. How you do that? Don't spread it. Don't laugh about it. Don't joke about it. Stop it. All right? All right, y'all. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
The Legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston. Are you ready?
All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Sorry about all the stuff at the beginning of the show. Again, they literally were in here backing up everything. So when the power goes down, we're able to stay up. So love our team here at KYOK. If you don't know about us, hang in here with us. You'll eventually fall in love with us like we have fallen in love with you. Again, y'all, not this, definitely this. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Lord, say the same.